Hey y'all, welcome back. If you're new, hi, my name is Alyssa, and for today's video, I am going to be bringing you a makeup tutorial on this look right here. It is finally starting to warm up where I live, and so I just felt like doing something super fun and super easy and light for springtime. So this is what I came up with. This makeup look focuses heavily on like super dewy and glowy skin. Honestly, you guys, is my skin not the glowiest you've ever seen it? I'm kind of living for it. My oily behind. And then I wanted to do like really light but blown out eyes and just like really heavy mascara. So this is what I came up with. I absolutely love the way it turned out, and it was so easy to do, I promise. And the eyeshadow palette that I use is drugstore, so it's affordable to recreate this look as well. Anyways, I really hope that you guys are excited, and if you want to find out how to get this look for yourself, then let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, you guys, starting off, don't mind her. She's just doing her own thing. I'm going in with my, you guessed it, Fenty Beauty Primer. I was running out. Don't worry, I bought another one. But I'm going to put this primarily in the center of my face. This is just going to help control my own natural oils since this look is going to be very dewy. I just want to make sure it prolongs the makeup as long as possible, so that's why I use this, because it's my tried and true. And then to start getting all luminous, I'm going in with this Luminizing Primer by Dr. Brandt, and I'm going to put this all over the face, rubbing it in and then patting it as well to really push it into the skin. I don't want it setting on top of my skin, or else, you know, I'm going to look a hot mess. But I do really like this primer. I'm also going to go in with the Sephora Luminizing drops, and I'm going to start putting them on my cheeks. I will have all the shade names and every product I use listed down below because I honestly can't remember it off the top of my head, but I do love those drops and they're very affordable. And so I'm just going to take my beauty sponge and I'm going to like pat it in on my cheekbones, on my forehead, on my chin, just almost everywhere, like the high points of your face. And I have never done this before, so it's such a interesting sensation to see me so dewy. Next, going in with my Hourglass foundation sticks. I am using two colors, the lighter one on the inner portion of my face and the darker one on the outer portion of my face. This kind of just starts helping me kind of contour. And then I'm just going to pat that in with my beauty sponge, and it is about this time in which I realize that these are not my shades at the moment. And so in order to save myself embarrassment, we're just going to skip over this part, and I'm going to fix it with concealer. So here is me with an ungodly amount of concealer on to color correct my poor choice in foundation. I love the foundation. I wear it when I'm much tanner. So of course my Tarte Shape Tape in light medium honey is coming through. And so yeah, I ain't worried about it though. We fixed it and she looks good. You can't even tell that those foundations were too dark for me. Next, I'm going to get a little bougie for a moment, and we're going to use my Chanel Cream Bronzer. I love this bronzer for the spring and summer, you guys, because it just has the most beautiful undertone, and it just really sinks into the skin and looks like such a natural bronze. So I just take the other side of the Beauty Blender and dip it all in there, and then I just bronze with it all over the cheeks, forehead, sometimes even on my jawline, depending on how I'm feeling. But I just think it's so stinking pretty. Of course, we gotta set, you know, all the concealer I put down. So I'm going in with my Lara Mercier powder, and I'm just gonna start, you know, setting everywhere underneath the eyes, forehead, nose. And then I'm also going to carve out underneath the bronzer. So when I use that Chanel bronzer, I typically do this step just because I put it on so messily, and that way it looks a lot sharper. I will tell you that I do not leave this powder on for long. It can create a white cast on my skin. So I would say that if you are my skin tone, just be mindful of that. You can definitely do it, just don't leave it on too long, or else, you know, your face is just going to look like a whole different color down there. Next, I'm going in with this Anastasia bronzer in the shade Rosewood, and I'm going to take a stippling brush, and I'm going to start going over that Chanel bronzer. This is going to definitely lock it in place, make it last all day. And it's just such a good way to do this. I love using a stippling brush for this because it doesn't let me go too product heavy, so I still stay looking kind of natural. And then as well as when I'm done putting the bronzer everywhere, I use the same brush to wipe away that bake like you see now. And because it's got some bronzer on it, it also helps eliminate the possibility of my skin looking too white on the jawline. I'm going to contour just a little bit with the Kat Von D Shade and Light. You know, gotta chisel it out. Gotta make her look snatched. Oh, and she decided to go for a nose contour today too. Oh, we haven't done one of those in a minute. So moving on to the eyes, I obviously filled in my eyebrows, and we're going in with this NYX palette. And I'm going to start off with the pink shade, and I'm going to dust this very high into my crease. I definitely want this look to be super light and super blown out, so I will focus it really heavily on the inner and outer corners. And as I continue to blend and there's like no product left on the brush, that's when I'll kind of push it up towards my eyebrow and out towards the tail end of my eyebrow as well. I just really want it to be super smoky but very light, if that even makes any sense. That's probably so contradictory. Contradictory? I don't know. You guys know what I'm saying. Next, going in with a slightly smaller fluffy brush, I'm going in with that orange shade, and it's got like a nice shimmer to it. And I'm going to start putting this all over the lid up into the pink shade. There isn't a lot of difference that you can tell on camera, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to be just subtle enough that it was two different colors, but colors that kind of looked very close, so it didn't just look like, wow, she put orange in the lid and pink in the crease. I wanted to blend very nicely and again be super light, which is why I'm dusting this on instead of packing it on. Next, I'm going in with this like dark brown single eyeshadow. Again, the name is listed in the description bar, and I was out of frame this whole time, but what I'm doing is running it along the outer edge of my waterline and then low into my outer crease. I just felt like the look needed a little bit of definition, especially when my eyes were open, and so this is why I chose to do this. And then as I place it down and kind of buff it out, then I take the same brush that I used the orange with and buff it out. And you can see here, I had started low-key doing it as a wing, hated it, so I just wiped it off. And that's the easiest thing about this look. Like, it's not hard to clean up, and because it's messy, I leave it that way. I also don't know where the footage went, but I did just dust the pink underneath my bottom lash, as well as a little bit of that brown on the outer corner as well. And then I take that bone color shade that you see from the palette, and I highlight my brow bone with that to give it a little bit of definition. Okay, you guys, and as I mentioned, I wanted to go really heavy on the mascara today. I just didn't want to have to deal with the hassle of falsies, and I know not everyone loves wearing falsies. My favorite mascara for doing this with is my Buxom Double Decker Mascara. It just layers so well, and it makes the lashes look so full. So that's what I'm using, and I am just coating them, you guys. Coating them like crazy. And a tip for coating your lashes really nice is also like brushing them from the top as well, so you coat the entire lash. My favorite mascara for the bottom lashes when I really want my lashes separated is the Maybelline Great Lash. It's an oldie but a goodie, so that's what I'm using here. Backing on out, I'm going to use this Morphe blush palette, and I am mixing the 3 in that corner right there. And I'm going to put that all over my cheeks. You guys know how I like to wear my blush all over the apples and back. And then of course, it's not me if I also don't dust it over my nose, so I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to highlight with the Champagne Pop highlighter today. Haven't used this in a minute, and I do love it. And you guys know, because this look is super glowy, I'm going to put it everywhere. So almost all over my tiny little forehead, down the nose, the chin, cheekbones, and then I'm going to go ham sandwich on the inner corner as well. I'm going to set this all in place with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Okay, and last but not least for lips, I am going in with Bite Beauty Honeycomb lipstick. You guys, this is my favorite nude lipstick of all time. It is just the perfect nude on me, and I love it. Literally love it. And I was going to use this Marc Jacobs gloss, then I was like, you know, it'd be better. My Dose of Colors and Desi and Katy gloss. So I'm using that one, and I just love the way it looks. My lips look so juicy. That is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment down below letting me know what some of your favorite products for spring and summer are. I'm itching to try some new makeup and I want to get some opinions from you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye!